Hey guys, Fleck here with another little random review that I like to do every once in a while when I find a product that I like. And these are the Mpow Model T5 TWS wireless Bluetooth earbuds. I really like these. This is actually inspired by Linus Tech Tips, where they recently did a review of tons of earbuds, and they picked certain ones, and I looked at those. They're kind of like their cheapest ones, like $49 or whatever they were on Amazon. And while browsing Amazon, I actually ran into these instead, and these actually had better reviews and better listed specs. So I figured I would go ahead and try these out, and I'm definitely pleased with them. Um, they're plenty loud. They're My only issue with them is they're a little bit too sharp. When I listen to anything that has an equalizer, like on my computer, I definitely like to equalize it to bring the highs down. So that would be my only real complaint with it. But to listen to YouTube videos, even YouTube music videos, things like that, just general day to day, use that isn't for real audio files. I think these are pretty good for you. As you can see right now, they are flashing white every once in a while. That's because they're still on. I actually just took them out of my ears, and so here they are. They're pretty small, nice fit. Now I have big fat fingers, but these are actually the biggest tips that they come with. I actually replaced them. They come with the medium tips by default, but I switched them out for the big tips. This gives you better bass mostly, and just gives you a tighter, more secure fit in your ear if you have a big ear canal, and this gives you better bass. Now the only downside to that is, and I want to go ahead and use the feature here, which so these pop in magnetically. Just pop into the charging pill box, and as you can see, they turn red, or like an amber type of color, like an orangish reddish type of color, when they're charging in the box. Now, one problem is that when you put those bigger buds in, they aren't so easy to take out. With the medium ones, they're a little bit easier to just pop right out. But as you can see, I'm having difficulty just taking it out. So it's a little bit trickier to take them out when you replace them with the bigger earbuds, but it still works. They automatically turn off when you put them in the charger, and automatically turn on when you take them out of the charger. You can use them in single mode, or like I can just put this one in my ear and it'll just be this one, and and that's how I do it at work too. At work, I work in a job that isn't very busy all day. I just work on a computer. So, I'm sitting there with just this one in my right ear so that I can hear everything else in the office and still watch videos. Later on in the day, I go ahead and switch over to the dual. And that's the reason why I bought this, actually, because right now I have a setup where I have a little regular Bluetooth headset, mono Bluetooth headset that you would use normally for a phone. And I use that all day to watch videos. And then at the end of the day, I switch over to my Skull Candies, so that I can listen to things in full audio if I'm watching them. Some days at the end of the day at work, I even listen to movies and watch movies and shows. So I like to go ahead and pop those in. So one of the reasons to switch to these was I no longer wanted to keep flipping between back and forth. So that's one good thing, is you can just use one at a time. And if you want to, if you have a situation like that where you want to switch between just using one or both, then you can do that with these. The little box is really nice. It has a sort of, I think, like a fake leather finish. And it's pretty small. I didn't expect it to be this small. Like I said, I have fat fingers, or they're short fingers though. So this box is 3.5 inches long, and each side is 1.75 inches. This way and that way, 1.75 inches. And as you can see, they're just charging. So supposedly this holds, I think, like 40 hours of charge, something like that. Like you can charge these, or no, not 40, but 20. I think you can charge these for 5-hour charges like 4 times, I think. I'm not sure, something like that, which, is pretty good. It's not industry leading or anything like that, but you can pretty much, I just use them all day to day, and I put them away in the box during lunch break, and then I put them away after leaving, and they're just charging. So it's pretty neat. You get the indicator when they're done charging. They'll just power off. You will no longer see the amber light. The box itself also has an indicator for when it's charging. They include this tiny little, it's like a 1-foot micro USB cable, but I opted for a, obviously didn't even unwrap it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. We plug it in here, that way. There we go. When you plug it in and the box itself is charging, it's going to have its own indicator light. This means that it still has this much charge. If it was down here, then it would mean it's getting pretty low. But this means that it's not running low on power. I could probably use this for another couple of days, and never have to plug it in, which is another good thing because, again, the ones I use at work, they only have a few hours each of runtime, and I wear them pretty much all day. So there's some days where it's incredibly slow at work, and my little mono earpiece will be done before the end of the day, and it'll be like low battery. Thankfully, I can switch over to my Skull Candies if they're charged, which there's been a couple times that I have nothing charged and ready to go. But that's the good thing about these. You just kind of throw them in the case whenever you're done and let them recharge. So anytime you're not using them, you go on break, you can always recharge them, and they last all day. I mean, I don't know if I even needed to charge them during my entire 8-hour workday. So that's it. They sound pretty good. Very strong bass. The highs might be a little bit too high, might be a little bit too sharp for some people. If you are not a super audiophile and you want to save a couple of bucks, I was able to get these for $45 on eBay. If you're not a super audiophile, you want to save some money, you don't mind having to use an EQ if the highs get too high and you want to have a better balance, then go ahead and check these out. They're really nice. Really good deal. Alright, that's it. These are the Mpow T5 TWS earbuds.